Thank you so much to some of the Southern Victoria Pipe Band. Woohoo! We started early so we could play longer. Welcome, all you intrepid souls. Hi, Craig. All you intrepid souls. Hi, Avery, that came clear from way out beyond Fredericton. And oh, I'm so appreciative. I can't even hear because I still have my earplugs in. Anyway, welcome. Glad you came. It's, well, we got looking at the weather and then we thought, well, maybe we should have postponed, but then it was too late, so we didn't. So thank you very much for coming. A few thank yous while the choir's getting organized. The choir can come right out here and get organized while I do a few thank yous. Thank you so much for the performers, for coming to all the practices and practicing at their homes and just generally being wonderful people. Thank you to Scots Independent for their donation. Thank you to the Rideouts and Blair for setting up the chairs. To Isabel and Jason to Isabel for accompanying and directing, and Jason for arranging. To Rick and Scott for working in the kitchen, keep them on their toes. Colin did a great job of plowing, and we wouldn't be doing this without Garold. Woohoo! Okay, is the choir organized? Here we go. We're going to sing There Was a Lad. It's autobiographical. It's all about Robert Burns' life, so we have to do it every year, and just like being at home. And before we start singing, tonight's program is dedicated in memory of two ladies who worked so hard for decades and decades and decades to keep this hall going, to organize Burns Night, to organize activities here in the hall and in the community. And we are so thankful, and we miss Mavis Smith and Helen Dixon very much.
Thank you.
Could I have any Mortons and LaFrances up here quickly? Because we're going to do the cottage where Burns was born. Amber's getting organized to do her tribute to Burns. And right after she does her tribute, we'll sing the cottage where Burns was born, which has been sung here, well, all my life, and all my mother's life, and probably long time before that. Good evening. I tried to find a few little interesting tidbits that I hadn't used before, so maybe you'll hear a few different little things. Little did John Murdoch know that the young man who made rapid progress in reading and was just tolerable at writing would grow up to become Scotland's national bard. Burns was born on a wild and windy night in Alloway on the Ayrshire coast of Scotland in the family house his father William had built with his own hands. Robert was the eldest of 7 children. Burns Cottage, now a museum, still stands today, although it's no longer in rolling fields, but in the new, affluent suburbs of the town of Ayr. Robert's parents were small tenant farmers. William and his wife Agnes struggled to make a living on the poor soil, but despite their hardships, they were keen to educate their offspring. So in 1765, Robert and his brother Gilbert were sent to a school 2 miles away at Alloway Mill. William then clubbed together with 3 local families to share a private tutor, a young man called John Murdoch, who taught Robert English grammar. He also made the children sing psalms, but ironically, for someone who went on to pen some of the most well-known songs ever written, Robert's voice was, according to Murdoch, untunable. When Murdoch took up a post at Ayr Academy in 1772, Burns' father tutored the boys at home, although they continued taking lessons at various other schools nearby. The following year, the family moved to another farm at Mount Oliphant, high on a hillside 2 miles from Alloway. The rent was steep, and the sour upland ground was difficult to cultivate. Life was tough on the new farm. Since the family could not afford hired help, Robert did a full day's work in the field and farmyard on a diet of oatmeal and skimmed milk, even though they lived on a farm, because meat was much too expensive. On the long, dark, bitterly cold Scottish winter nights, Robert was often to be found huddled under a single candle with his nose buried in a book. By the time he was 21, he had read Shakespeare, David Hume, his favorite philosopher Adam Smith, and everything in between. These books helped to fuel his imagination. He had already written his first love poems when he was 15, to a farmer's daughter who lived nearby. It was the beginning of his lifelong love of women and his celebration of them in poems and songs. Burns' first child was by a servant who lived nearby. He had started writing seriously after his father's death in 1784, and his first collection emerged from the poems that had been passed around locally, gaining him regional notoriety. Burns' poems touched on themes of injustice, hypocrisy, Scottish cultural identity, and man's inhumanity to his fellow man. Throughout his life, Burns was on the side of the poor and downtrodden and was always anxious to speak up for them. Poetry was in Burns' blood, but was also born of financial necessity. The farm at Lochley, where he worked with his younger brother Gilbert, provided little money, and becoming increasingly desperate, he considered leaving for the West Indies at one point. But by this time, Burns had met and married Jean Armour, who bore him twins in September 1786. Jean's father, however, was unhappy with his union. However, she bore 9 children by Robert. Robert Burns died in Dumfries on July 26, 1796, on the same day that Jean gave birth to their 9th child, Maxwell. He succumbed to a form of rheumatic fever, which would easily have been treatable today. Scots around the world celebrate the life of Robert Burns on or around January 25th, the date of his birth, with concerts, suppers, haggis, and maybe even a little drink of scotch. Country tune near the old bridge where stands a cottage we was snowy white, grown famous the whole world o'er, for 'twas there the blue bird first saw the light. 'Tis humble and homely and worn and awe, as it stands by the sunshine and storm. And inside that cot we is covering of straw, our ain Robbie Burns was born. It stands by the roadside, gay far gray the dune, and the
cottage where Burns was born.
We are very fortunate to have lots of talented families in the colony and surrounding areas, and Star Bishop is here with some of her children, and they are going to do Charlie is My Darling. So come on.
Monday morning, early in the year, Charlie came to our town, the young Chevalier. Charlie is my darling, my darling, my darling. Charlie is my darling, the young Chevalier. As he came marching up the street, the fights were rather clear, and all of the folks were running out the Chevalier. Oh, Charlie is my darling, my darling, my darling. Charlie is my darling, the young Chevalier. There is darling, my darling. Charlie is my darling, the young Chevalier.
Craig is driven all the way from wherever Craig lives. Estes Bridge. And I'm glad you got here safely, Craig. Welcome. He's going to sing Molly Kintore.
So yeah, like I said, it's good to be here. It's just a pleasure. I hope that you all will sing along. And yeah, I was just like crying my head off watching my aunts up here singing, my mom and all that for the first songs. So hopefully I'll manage to get through this without any crying. Kintore, old mist rolling in from the sea. My desire is always to be here, oh Kintore. Far have I traveled and much have I seen. Dark, distant mountains with valleys of green. Past painted deserts, the sun sets on fire as they carry me home to the Kintore. Kintore, oh mist rolling in from the sea. My desire is always to be here, oh Kintore. Sweep through the heather like deer in the glen. Carry me back to the days I knew then. Nights when we sang like a heavenly choir of the life and the times of the Kintore. Kintore, oh mist rolling in from the sea. My desire is always to be here, oh Kintore. Smiles in the sunshine and tears in the rain. Carry me back where my memories remain. Flickering embers grow higher and higher as they carry me home to the Kintore. Kintore, oh mist rolling so much for singing.
Isabel is up next. She's going to play, I can't remember, a medley of accordion tunes, and Mary Ann Bell is going to accompany her on the piano.
little song, True to Form for a Scotch Woman. It's about a laddie who would like this wee Scotch woman to go tearing off with him, and she's not so sure about that until she's absolutely certain of his prospects. Isn't that right, ladies?
To the Highlands, Lizzie Lindsay. Will you gang to the Highlands with me? Will you gang to the Highlands, Lizzie Lindsay? My bride and my darling to be.
knew it, and I can how that may be. For I can know the land that ye live in, nor can I the land and Galway.
Well, easy lass, ye man ken little. 'Tis say me that you donna ken me. For my name is Lord Ronald MacDonald, a chieftain of high degree.
Well, she counted for Scots so green satin, I she killed them up for the knee, and she's at me Lord Ronald MacDonald, his bride and his darling to be.
Well, we gang to the Highlands, Lizzie Lindsay. Will you gang to the Highlands with me? Will you gang to the Highlands, Lizzie Lindsay? My bride and my darling to be. Hello, everybody. My name is Bob Kern, and I'm being accompanied by
Lizzie Lindsay. Just like yourself.
There we go. Okay. So anyways, Darlene asked me a couple weeks ago what I was singing, and I said, Wild Mountain Side. And she looked at me and said, you sure you don't mean Wild Mountain Time? And I said, no, Mountain Side. So I said, oh, okay. And then, I don't know, half an hour later, Isabel asked me what I was singing, and I said, Wild Mountain Side. And she said, are you sure you don't mean Wild Mountain Time? And I said, no, Wild Mountain Side. And then Mary Ann Bell asked me, what are you singing? I said, Wild Mountain Side. She looked at me, are you sure it's not Wild Mountain Time? I'll sing Wild Mountain Time next time, if there is a next time. Tonight is Wild Mountain Side. Beauty is within grasp, hear the highlands call, the last mile is upon us, I'll carry you if you fall. I know the armor's heavy now, I know the heart is tired. It's beautiful just over the wild mountainside. Snow is falling all over, out of clear blue sky. Crow is flying high over, time for us to wander. High up where the air is rare, wild horses ride. It's beautiful just roaming the wild mountainside. Wild and free we roam, only a mile to go. High up where the air is rare, wild horses ride. It's beautiful just over the wild mountainside. Wild and free we roam, only a mile to go. Beauty is within grasp, hear the highlands call, the last mile is upon us, I'll carry you if you fall. I know the armor's heavy now, I know the heart inside. It's beautiful just over the wild mountainside. It's beautiful just roaming the wild mountainside.
I'm going to teach you something. Something that happened when I was at school, growing up, wee lassie. So you don't have to sing too much, but you have to sing a little bit. It goes like this. Mama's a millionaire. Your bit. Can you believe it? Okay? Mama's a millionaire.
Can you believe it?
Blue eyes and curly hair.
Can you believe it?
Okay, try that again. Mama's a millionaire.
Can you believe it?
Blue eyes and curly hair.
Can you believe it?
See her walking down the street. Okay. Great big boots upon her feet. Mama's a millionaire. One more time. Mama's a millionaire.
Can you believe it?
Mama's a millionaire.
Can you believe it?
Blue eyes and curly hair.
Can you believe it?
See her walking down the street with fancy boots upon her feet. Mama's a millionaire.
Can you believe it?
Well, Ruby, it sounds like Kate can't make Burns tonight due to a scheduling snafu with her popular new group, Corsa. I always said being popular and outgoing like that will catch up with you. I can still remember Isabel's youngest sitting on the floor, looking up at me with those eyes saying, Grammy, I will never do that. And he didn't. He set his sights as low as they could go, and he achieved his goals. Well, some of them. Not all of them. Really, I think maybe the most important thing is just setting goals. Achievement of goals is for nerds like Kate.
He's funny though. So Ethel, without Kate, how are we supposed to manage the AI for Burns night? That sounds tricky.
Don't you worry, Ethel. Isabel's granddaughter, Avery June, gave us all the instructions that we need. And she even said if we run into any trouble, we'll just call the help desk.
Oh yes, the help desk. If you get on with Amanpreet Singh, say hi from me. That little smooth talker calls me Reboot Ruby.
Okay, Ruby, let's dig up the laptop and see if we can't surf the web all the way to Kincardine.
Hang down, Ethel.
Okay, click this, swipe that, Shift, Alt, Control, Enter, one more click.
Almost.
And away we go!
Well, Ethel, here we are at the Burns Hall. It is wonderful to be back. You did a fine job with the laptop. Maybe I should call you Ethel, or maybe Grammy 2000.
Ruby, this is 2023. Isabel was telling me that when Craig found out that Kate and Anna weren't going to be here tonight for the scheduling snafu, that he would play 2 songs, not just one. Isabel thought that was a fine idea. So when he called later that week to find out what the song, or to tell his mother how much everyone was going to love the new song, Isabel wanted to know, well, what will you play? Guess what it was, Ruby? Oh, Danny boy. Nice. Real nice.
Well, I guess if there are any closet Irish in the crowd, we can spot them. They'll be the ones with smiling eyes. So, just one song then?
Just one song, Ruby. But it'll be about Scotland, though. So, if we're supposed to be artificial intelligence, Ruby, I think the smart thing would be to have maybe tea and sweets.
That computes. I could go for a few megabytes.
Well, Ruby, I wonder what the poor folk are doing.
Oh, sitting around, playing cards likely.
You want to play cards? I got a new deck in my stocking.
Oh, yes.
Where was that?
Here, let me count them and make sure they're all here. You know, I've heard there's more and more people these days who are playing with a full deck. Well, they're all here, but there's something different. It says here that for the future, Joker is always Trump. Trump is the Joker from now on.
You've got mail.
Oh, I see Hazel's daughter, Wendy, and Curtis, Isabel's son, have each lived in on the live stream. They say fake news.
Well, we better get playing, Ethel. I heard that Darlene tased people who went overtime at rehearsals. Gee, we only used a switch when we ran the show. I just thought of something, Ethel. I think maybe if we were to do these artificial intelligence visits, maybe we could try being 30 years old instead of 80.
That is a fine idea. Thank you, everyone, for coming.
So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you'd all take your seats again, we've got the fiddlers just about ready.
Thank you. How many of these new cars with the navigation system and heated steering wheel and all that stuff? My mother used to talk about, they came to Burns night, I think probably at the upper hall. But they had a long sled, and they would load up in the late afternoon, and horses, and make their way. They didn't sell kills, so they went through Gladly. And if the river was closed, they would cross there. Otherwise, they'd go to Arthur and they could down there to Kintore. And the horses, we had navigation systems in our cars today. The horses, once you got them out on the road, you didn't have to bother with them. They went right along. Hardly ever left the road. So I'm not sure that we're making a lot of progress. Anyway, we got another tune for you. What was it? Taylor, okay. I don't know why I have to know this was after 35, 40 years, I think I know that.
Wonderful, and musicians are musicians, and they can just step in when the roads are bad and your piano player doesn't get there. Thank you very much, Mary Ann, for stepping in at the last minute. We haven't had any Highland dancing here for quite a long time. Is Aurora here? Did she make it? Here she is! And she's come, I believe, all the way from Knowlesville, and they did not end up in the ditch. They must have had a horse. And she's going to dance the chanteuse for us. to be performing another dance at the dance. They'll do a little demonstration. They're going to do the Highland Fling at the, we'll do 2 or 3 dances in, and then we're going to be doing another one. And up next, we have Cynthia Paddock.
Also going to be participating in the Antrim Square dance.
They're going to get that too?
Aurora.
Oh, great, good. I'm looking forward to that. That's great. Thank you, Patty. All right, Sandy's up next. She's going to sing the Gangs and Grays, a Robert Burns tune, and Isabel's accompanying her on piano.
Good evening. I'm very excited to be here tonight. I hope you enjoyed this song. Ye banks and braes, O Barani tune, how can ye bloom, say fresh and fair? How can ye chant, ye little birds, and I say way full of care? Ye break my heart, ye warbling bird, that wanton through, ye flowery thorn, ye minds me of departed joys, departed never to return. After I wrote my bonny tune to see a rose and woodbine twine, and ill covered sang all its love, and fondly say, did I, oh mine, will light some heart I put a rose for sweet upon its thorny tree, and my false love stole my rose, but I left the thorn with me.
So beautiful. I always love listening to Sandy. Not that I don't love listening to everybody else. Kinley's up next. He's going to play a pipe tune, actually. It's an old pipe tune. It's called 79, A Farewell to Gibraltar, and Isabel's going to play with him on the piano.
We do have some talented families. Now, we have Sabrina here. Sabrina is a very talented violinist slash fiddler. And so she has some of her students with her, and they're going to play for you. And after that, we're going to have a little more music with Nathan coming to join her. So, Sabrina and students.
Thank you. I'll just briefly introduce them, but thanks for inviting me back for my second ever Robbie Burns concert here. I'm excited to have my students with me this year. Some of them I actually met last year at this event, so that's kind of cool to bring back Amy, Hannah, Micah, Sam, and Ben. And then Ingrid and Ezra DeLong are also here at their first ever Robbie Burns night. So we're going to play 100 pipers for you, and yeah, give them a warm welcome. Actually, we should tune quickly because our violins have been a little crazy. Everybody just play an A. And D. Yay! All right, they've been a little crazy with the weather, so. And I think once the big group gets through, my husband Nathan's going to join me. And we're pulling back our favorite set of Scottish tunes, or I guess Cape Breton tunes in this case. We have, oh, do you have the line? Is that music? We're going to start with a march into a strathspey and a reel. I believe it is the Earl of Dalhousie's Happy Return to Scotland, back at the Change House, and Bob Steele's reel.
Now, I had to look twice at the name of the next group. And perhaps it suggests something about their habits. The name of the group is Late for Supper. So we have some very talented individuals coming up. There's Jared Bourbon. We've got Lachlan, we've got Ewan, we've got Roddy, and there are 4 of them out. I didn't miss anybody, did I? No, there they are. And they're all wearing some sort of headgear. So, I'm not sure why they call themselves Late for Supper. Maybe they'll explain that little piece as they're getting up here. So, put your hands together, Late for Supper. So this Englishman was talking to a Scottish friend. He said, well, why? If you were missing all these wonderful lakes to brag about and all these beautiful mountains, this is not such a good English accent, but anyway, and all the things you brag about in Scotland, what would you have? And the Englishman said, England.
Yeah.
I know a teddy bear.
I know a teddy bear.
Can you believe it?
Can you believe it?
Blue eyes and curly hair.
Blue eyes and curly
Now
hair.
let's get this right. I'm going to do the first line. You do the can you believe it? I know a teddy bear.
Can you believe it?
Blue eyes and curly hair.
Can you believe it?
Roly-poly through the tune, knocking on the floor tune. I know a teddy bear.
Can you believe it?
Sorry we were a little late, but it's kind of in our name.
This is what makes us late for supper too and all of that. One of these days we're gonna. Now for an old Scottish tune. Room of the Town House. Ready, boys?
Room of the Cowboy.
This song will wake you up in the morning.
Don't throw stuff though, okay?
Yeah, don't throw stuff.
Marianne just asked me to introduce those people. So that's Garold Hanscom. I played pipes with him in the celebratory pipe band. He'd be the grandfather. And Locke was on the mandolin. He is the drummer in the pipe band right now. And he's Rod's son, another Macintosh. And then Ewan is Rod's grandson, and I played pipes with him in the celebratory pipe band. And Garold, wow, Garold grew up right down the road. And when I was listening to him sing, I just remember Uncle Garnet, this beautiful tenor voice, and Aunt Millie was on stage here doing in skits, and they'd be very proud. Chair when we're done, and then we'll start the dance after all lang's on. And Rick and Scott have the tea and coffee made, I think, and we'll do a couple of dances, and then we're going to have a demonstration, the Antrim Square, and well, Circle was close, this is Antrim Square. Oh. Sorry, we're going to sing The Star of Robbie Burns.
Shines by day and never tears we find.
Thank you.